What's up,
What
everybody?
up, everyone?
Another episode of Unfiltered Idiots. How's everyone doing today? Wes, how are you doing today? He's
Unfiltered idiots, bro. Good, man. My boy Kenny from
yeah,
Aurora, two
that's
kiddos.
Aurora. Like chit chat about chit chatting.
We out here chit chatting. My
So here,
name's Wes, for those who don't know, aka Metro.
bro.
Metro in the his.
Um,
Um,
here's
let's get it cracking, dude. So the VP's been picked. I can't believe that she picked Tim Waltz. I thought was like for sure gonna be like Shapiro or the other. I don't even think the other idiot, whoever I forget the other person's name right now, but sorry. But even the Trump campaign thought it was going to be Shapiro. They even made like a bunch of flyers and a bunch of shit about like anti-Shapiro shit on the morning of, and they were starting to already post it. Some of it already leaked, so they just wasted a bunch of more money.
so
Yay!
they know how to waste money. But here's one thing that I didn't see this coming. Shapiro was my guy. I was backing him. I don't know. He just got a lot of energy. He seems pretty cool. Seems like a decent dude. So, um, I think that
And Tim Walz is way better.
well, because he's a super progressive. Um,
Not really. I mean, he's left of probably Kamala Harris, like Kamala Harris, but
so,
bro, we don't have anybody. Bernie Sanders would be like a true progressive.
oh, no, 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 no.
Tim
He
is like, don't get me wrong, he's the most progressive out of the three.
is as close to
But
Bernie Sanders is, bro. Let's not let's
I mean, from the right, from like the center, yeah. I would say, I mean, he like I said, he's in between like Kamala and Bernie for sure, but he's not the most progressive. But he's definitely progressive. I mean, like I'll say he's a decent like
and
he does a lot of good stuff, dude.
I'm glad, I'm happy for her. He seems like he's got a lot of energy. It seems like again, like we said in the last podcast, there's a lot of energy behind the campaign right now.
Yep.
Which you sent me a couple things too. I think, and I've sent a couple of my friends some articles. It seems like he's a little unhinged. Trump is. It doesn't seem like he's comfortable because typically when he's uncomfortable, he starts lashing out, and that's exactly what he's doing. A lot of these things don't make sense that he's
Yeah.
talking about, and you sent me something that we'll look at in a little while about how he wants Biden back, and it's just
Yeah.
kind of kind of crazy. So
Yeah, and what Kamala's raised, like I think in the first week was like over 220 million or something like that, and 65% of it, roughly, it was something around that number, was like like under $100 donors. And I think out of those people, there was 32%, 33% that were first time, like so they've never donated to the Trump, I mean the Biden Harris campaign at all. So like they were first time for Biden Harris. Not for I mean maybe they've donated in the past for
I,
whomever, Obama, Bernie, whatever, but
I just don't know yet. I didn't like her before. And one of my Republican friends, Ryan G, you know who you are, he watches us religiously and critiques us religiously. He did make a point on how she was not a popular vice president, right? And she was kind of thrusted into the number one position, kind of without the constituents' votes, right? So like it's
yeah.
just I don't necessarily have a huge issue with that, but I can see what he's talking about. He's going down a right wing rabbit hole of nonsense that we're not really concerned about. But I
Yeah,
see
like I mean,
his point.
Trump, they've all been floating this crap of like how like, oh, it was a coup and undemocratic and this and that. It's like, dude, like I agree in the fashion that I wish we would have had a primary. I've been on the record many times saying I think both parties every 4 years should have a full-blown primary and let the voters every 4 years decide. The Republicans do the same shit. They could go and do the same shit if they want. They want to replace that old orange bastard, then replace him, dude. Nobody gives a shit. If you ask me, I hope you guys do. Because
Yeah.
like this dude is running your party into the fucking ground, Ryan G. Like, dude, you're like, you think this is like
Oh,
going the right
not
way?
five.
Dude, the young people of this country are not for this. The voting bloc of the Republican Party that are voting for this clown are old, they're white, and they're dying. That's just a fact. So in 10 years, Ryan G, your ass is gonna have about 25% power. You're gonna be screaming from the mountaintops. And another 10 years after that, you're gonna have like 12% power. And we're gonna have two other parties that are left of the Republican Party. And guess what? And you guys are gonna be still crying, and you're gonna have so little power. We're gonna say, hey, remember 20 years ago when you like, oh, the orange clown from New York City who was given $412 million by his daddy. He's just like me. Well, congratulations, bro. You made a deal with the devil. Guess what? You chose wrong. Because the
So
logical side is not giving a shit about what people do, not caring about whether or not people are black, brown, gay, want to identify as a tree. Who gives a shit? If it doesn't affect you, leave people alone. That is the true libertarian mindset. And many of these clowns say that they're libertarian. Libertarian means you leave me alone, I leave you alone. As long as you're not harming me, I don't harm you. It's pretty simple.
I am gonna
And
go.
like now they're like, we're libertarian, but we want the Handmaid's Tales for our women. We don't want gays to have rights. We don't want blacks to have rights. Like, whoa, whoa, whoa. None of that's libertarian, dude. Libertarian would be like, you're freely allowed to go wherever you want to go as long as you don't harm me or steal. You know what I mean? Like steal my shit, rob me, anything like you. That's libertarianism at its core.
Okay.
Like,
So
yeah,
yeah, I'm definitely gonna get shit when this comes out because
that's okay. I'll call out all my people.
here's the thing. Well, I told Ryan that he needs to come on the show and
Yeah,
ask.
come debate. Come
Uh,
debate.
I'm gonna
Tell
I'm,
me how your family
I'm gonna get him,
values match up with the.
I'm gonna get him to do that. He'll get on here
Yeah,
one of these days. Because he
yeah,
does have
dude.
valid points. I understand. I did
I'm,
tell. I mean, he told me that he sent me screenshots of him voting down the center or whatever, not left or right. I don't remember receiving those. He's definitely in. He's definitely a Trump supporter, and that's okay. That's right.
yeah,
Um,
and that's
well,
okay. I voted for a couple of Republicans. I voted for our mayor. What was that, like 3 cycles ago? Like he was a pretty good dude. He like, what's his name? Republican, governor or mayor. I can't remember. Like, because Hickenlooper wasn't. What's the one before that? Webb? No, yeah, maybe. Anyway, but because the other cat was a Democrat and he came from a lot of money, and I, again, have been very public with my views about this. I don't care even if that person says they're a good person. I'm sorry. If I grew up with tens of millions or hundreds of millions or billions of dollars, and the more that money is, the more this statement is true. I am not going to want to invoke policies that is going to help the 95% ish who did not grow up that way. That's just, and that's me not trying to be a hypocrite. Like, that's just be honest. If your last name was Walton or Hilton, do you think we'd have these views? No, no, we would not. We would grow up with like maids and fucking butlers, and we would not have these views. And this is why Donald Trump does not. Ryan, you're nothing like him. He literally grew up with one of the wealthiest people in the world. Like literally, that's his dad. His grandpa is really who made the money. His grandpa Drumpf. So if you didn't know that, Ryan, they changed your last name from Drumpf to Trump because in the 1930s, early 40s, the Drumpf German last name was not so kosher here. You know what I'm saying? And pun
well,
intended.
anyways,
They not like you. They not like us. Stop falling for it, dog.
for this,
Malibu's most wanted is Trump. That's Malibu's most wanted right there.
I feel like you know what? I feel like you and Ryan would get along very well.
Yeah, we would. So I'd make him realize that he's voting for a clown.
You, you know, I'm just in the middle. But
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
so kind of back to the
The
upcoming
Veep.
election, and now
Yeah.
I really want to ask you this because I have an opinion. I feel like Trump is going to. Do you think that he's going to show up to the September debate?
Oh
Because
yeah.
I know that Kamala is going to show up. He's saying that he's not, but I don't think that he's going to give up an opportunity.
I mean, he'll be helped up on the stage like the last time. He'll be helped up by his family because he's old. They'll help him onto the stage. They'll help him off the stage. They'll walk him off like his son did the last time because he's old. He'll be the oldest president in office if he was to win, but he's not gonna. But yeah, he'll show up because he's old wrinkly balls, has enough old wrinkly balls to them that he'll show up to the show. The problem is he's gonna realize he's talking to a prosecutor and he's a convicted felon, 34 times to be exact. Um, and yeah, that's just not gonna go well. This is what she does. And I'm not like a huge fan of Kim. I'm just saying, bro, you're gonna go up against a person who's been a DA. Good luck, dog. Like,
It's going to be a
good
lot.
luck, bro.
Just going to be a lot of insults and lies. I think
I mean,
from
he will try, but like,
but
good luck.
one thing that you know that he's not going to be used to is number one, she's a strong black woman.
Yeah.
Number two, she's a prosecutor, and number three, she eats felons alive. Right?
And she's almost 30, she's almost 30 years younger than him. So remember that, guys? Oh no, you guys got the old guy now.
yeah, and
Replace him.
I think that you know it's gonna be a nightmare of a debate for him, and it may be something that catapults her more. I have no idea. Again, I will sit here and say to anyone that's listening, I'm still not sold. I'm not 100%
Yeah.
sold on her or her
Oh yeah,
choice.
I'm not like, yeah, I'm not like jumping over the hills for her. I'm just glad that it's not Biden.
But
If it was somebody like, if Tim Walz was running for president, I'd be probably a little bit more happy, to be honest with you.
here's what I will
I
say:
mean, yeah.
the the left, they were dead, and now they're alive. I can actually say that.
I honestly think, as crazy as it is, I think that like there's a really good chance that Biden, even as crazy as I'm glad he's not, but I just think there's a lot of people who are like, they're so against what's going on, especially the JD Vance stuff, dude. I'm telling you, man, I know people, I won't call them out because I do love them, that have been arguing because somebody's like, I'm not going to vote for Trump now because of that JD Vance shit. Like, that's how that dude is batshit crazy. And his stuff on women is, I mean, it's,
I'm glad that you brought that up because I saw the most disgusting thing today that he did. He got off his plane and had the audacity and the balls to walk up to her press pool in her plane like he's like some god or something. Like, have some respect for the office, right? Like,
oh yeah.
he starts yelling at reporters, and it's awkward, it's weird, and they're not responding the way he wants them to respond because he's sitting there saying that Kamala has not spoken to them, whatever, and they're just like, "What are you talking about?" Like, and then where did you come from? Because they both landed at the same time, and he just had.
Yeah.
I'm not giving balls. He had the balls to walk up on her shit, but it's just not the way we do things. It's just so disrespectful. He's a slime ball. He's disgusting. He's weird. He's he's awkward. The things that he says about women is disgusting. And anyone that wants to sit here and try to make it make sense, you can go to hell because everything that that man is saying, coupled with your leader, your dear leader, your cult leader, because he's a cult leader, Donald J. Trump, they are the most disgusting human beings I've ever seen in my life. And no one can sit here and tell me any different. Any different.
Yeah, they're not, I mean, they're trying to, like I said, man, they're trying to become like what's that called? The Gilead army that was in the Handmaid's Tale. That's those dudes. Like, this is just how they think, man. They think that women are supposed to be like, there's a video, we should play this video next time. There's a guy that was on the Blaze Network, which is heavily funded by the Koch brothers, big right-wing think tank YouTube channel. Bald dude with glasses, I can't think of his name right now, but literally advocating for that, like, there should be one woman for every man, like, is property. I mean, we'll play this video in the next episode, guys. I'm telling you, this shit is, I mean, just nuts. And he goes on for like a minute. We'll only play like clips, but I'm telling you, we'll put the clip in the next video. But he goes on about how they should be property, and that like we should be able to like decide what they're like, who they're gonna marry, and that they can't get out of the marriage no matter what. Same shit JD Vance says.
Well, that's what these straight white males want that are on the right. They want their wives to be obedient. They want them to
barefoot and pregnant.
And pregnant and having dinner on the table. And I'm sorry, but it's 2024, not the 1930s and 40s and 50s and 60s.
And then like people like Candace Owens, which we've shown before, will get on a stage and then talk shit about the bra burning generation who, you know, who left the kitchen and should be back in the kitchen making sandwiches. And it's like, hey, hey, girl, you're up on the, you know, the CPAC stage because of those bra burning generation women that paved a gigantic road for you. And then you chose the grifting side of that, which is fine. But the irony of that is like, you understand that without them doing that, your dumbass would be in some kitchen somewhere being told, shut the fuck up, Clandis Owens, your real name, Clandis. Get back in the kitchen and make me a sandwich. That's what you're literally advocating for that. And that's
the money must be really good for her because
you're too, yeah, that's what it is. Because I don't believe she's stupid. I mean, I don't think I just, like you said, the money. There's money, man.
At all. I think she's very intelligent, actually.
Yeah.
Especially when she's talking about bullshit.
That's why I said grifting, because she chose the grifting lane. she's like, I could be honest, but or I could go grift.
Literally though, how do you?
He's like,
that hard. Like, how do you look in the mirror and just live with yourself like that? That's just
because she looks in the mirror and she goes, "Oh my God, is this a Gucci shirt that I'm wearing? Oh my God, is this a Gucci headband? Oh my God, is this a Louis Vuitton shit?" That's how she looks in the mirror. And guess what?
When they leave the room, when she leaves that conservative room, they laugh at her. She's like, stop. They all laugh at her. And we all laugh at her too. But
they're all gonna laugh at you. They're all gonna laugh at you. Well, so let's play that video of it's just a quick video of a read of Trump's Truth Social post, if you can. I will tell you while you're pulling that up, guys, you guys should look at what Jesse Waters said on the Fox 5, where he's trying to like basically make a draw a line, if you will, of Tim Walz, the new VP nominee, being oh, you got it right here. Yeah, so like being a Chinese based like spy type person, because Tim Walz was a professor for Harvard at one point, and he was doing a program where he was teaching in China. So because he's flown to China multiple times, they're trying to make it sound like he's like some Chinese spy. It's just crazy at this point. But yeah, if you rewind all the way to the beginning of that, she just reads it out, and then you guys could all hear her read this, and we'll laugh about it. Are you getting sound on your end? Okay. I can't hear it, but I've already heard it. Yeah, I can't hear you right now, but let me see if it comes back.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. So
that's crazy. Like he's literally trying to claim that like, oh, Biden's gonna come. Was he gonna like Hulk Hogan? Like you had Hulk Hogan at your stupid ass like rally, your little Republican cult nominee bullshit. When is Biden gonna come out ripping his shirt off like, I'm back, brother?
I couldn't. My jaw dropped when you sent that to me because I didn't see that. I didn't see that until you showed it to me, and oh man,
yeah, dude.
I
mean, right? Like that's just nuts. It's just like Kambala. I mean, like he's trying so hard, bro. You're weird. You're weird, dog.
It's
try to like talk about policies. That's why I made that video the other day. You clowns sound weird, dog. Talk about policies. Tim Walz gave kids free breakfast and free lunch in schools. What a piece of shit he is. You know who tried to block that? The Republicans. You you know what? Like, fuck these kids. They don't care about the kids. Fuck them if they don't have food in their belly or they're trying to learn. Wow, what a socialist Tim Walz guy he is. Oh, he's such a crazy asshole for giving kids free lunch. He's tried to like allow felons who are did their time, did their punishment, the right to vote, which by the Constitution they do have the right to vote. Well, guess who's a fucking felon? 30 times fucking over. Donald Trump.
Right.
So these guys are advocating for Donald Trump. Like what Donald Trump, you don't want felons who've done their time.
Let me just say you, it's okay when he does.
Yeah, that's their problem.
Right.
There's this giant word that starts with a big H called hypocrisy.
Like all the left is all they're such hypocrites. I'm like, dude, like all I want you guys to do is hold them accountable for one thing. Just tell me one thing you're gonna hold them accountable. And they'll say something and then it's like, but
yeah,
what about this? What about this? I'm like, oh my God. I'm talking about this guy, this one person. Hold him accountable for anything that he's done because he's done a lot of things that are bad.
Yeah.
He's a bad dude. Bad.
Yep. You say you guys, people like Ryan G claim that they vote on based upon family values and we're the party of family values. What family values is a dude who's banging porn stars and playmates while his wife is at home pregnant?
It's bullshit. It's the Christian.
We hate immigration. Trump came here like everybody else came here through immigration. They like complain about that. It's like, dude, that's how all of us are here, unless your ass is Hopi, Cherokee, Navajo, Arapaho. Like, otherwise, shut the fuck up. You sound dumb.
So, since he's a convicted felon, he's not able to vote for himself, right?
I mean, yes, like based upon laws, I think Florida doesn't allow felons to vote. Actually, you know what? They might have just changed that to something like what, like I think before this all happened, I think they honestly changed that like 2 years ago. I'd have to double check that, guys, but I could be wrong. But which I mean, again, I applaud Florida for doing that because I believe even if you're again a terrible person, did something horrible, you spent 30 years in jail. I don't like you. I might think you're a bad person, right? But by our constitutional laws, you should have the right to vote if you've done your time. Now, Trump hasn't been sentenced yet, so Trump shouldn't be allowed to vote until he's sentenced and does his time.
I don't necessarily agree. I feel like if you're a convicted felon and if you've gotten yourself into that mess, you shouldn't have the right to vote ever again.
Yeah, and that's kind of how our laws. That's how a lot of places are.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
and again, I'm not. This is not a hill that I'm not like. This is not one of my top 10, 15 things. It's kind of one of those things like I just find the hypocrisy of what they're doing, where they're like, he's trying to let felons vote. It's like, okay, you fuckers want to have a felon be president. Like, well, I think one of those, like if I found out a dude that got to vote and he murdered somebody 30 years ago and did his time and he's actually going around to schools and stuff like that and talking about how like don't kill people and how jail's bad and he or she's trying to be a good person. I found out they got to vote. I'd probably be okay with that. Would I ever want them to be like president? Probably not. Like, and these guys want him to be president.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with Republicans, dude. I try so hard, dude, but like they're gonna die on the hill for this thing. And I just don't understand why when you could get two shits about them. Like seriously. Like them. He was talking at a rally about how they should be grateful that he's out in the heat and they should be thankful for that because he's sweating his ass off and he doesn't get enough credit and he has all these wounds and it's hot outside. It's just like, dude, you're campaigning for president. Like,
that's because you're old, dude.
Like, I don't. Everything and we only have a couple more minutes, but everything that I see from the right is about Christianity, the wholesome values, all of this other stuff. But then they just forget about it when it comes to Trump and this idiot JD Vance. Like it's just like I think that Trump may be having some buyer's remorse, and I said this on the last podcast.
For sure.
no way in the world. Whoever vetted this dude needs to be fired. Like he's bad. He is bad.
Well, did you see what he was doing at that like the National Black Journalism Group, those girls that are asking him questions there? He was trying to pull away from JD Vance. He's made statements such as, "You're not voting for JD Vance when you're voting for president, you're voting for me." Like literally, I mean, that is like you're trying to get away from that dude as quick as you can. And it's because, like you said, I think people are like, listen, we need a real, religious figure who believes in this, in this nuclear family shit, because we know you aren't Trump. And this is what he tried to do with Mike Pence. And the reality was Mike Pence did exactly what he wanted to do. He sat there like this. I'm a milquetoast Republican. And JD Vance is like, oh, I'm going to double down on women and cat ladies and all this shit. And he's like, shut the fuck up, dude.
At the end of the day,
Yeah.
Mike Pence saved democracy. Like he
Yeah.
did. You know what I mean? He did the right thing. And I'm not sure JD's gonna pull that trigger. Like I just don't.
Oh no, he's a puss. Dude, that dude he's completely gone the other way.
I just
Whatever
don't
Trump says, he's like,
even like can't even stand are listening to him, dude. Like it's
yeah,
cringe and just so like he tries to be funny. Like
yeah, and he's not.
like people that think they're funny but they're really not funny. Like
Yeah.
this is a guy that like the crowds are like not even responding.
They're like,
oh,
what was funny was when he tried to like it's like he's trying to attack Kamala for being Indian and black, and then people are like, dude, your wife is Indian, your kids are biracial Indian and Caucasian, whatever he is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, dude, are you like, this is just how much those old wrinkly balls are in his mouth that he'll just say anything, and then he's like going home telling his like Indian wife, hey, sorry, hun, I'm like basically advocating for our children to be attacked at school. Like we're attacking Kamala Harris right now because she's biracial. It's crazy.
I wonder if JD gets home and is expecting dinner on the table. Like I wonder because that's just his new MO now, right? Like he
Oh yeah.
wasn't really like that before back in the day, but now he's one of those guys. Like the dinner.
I wish his kids were like old enough to vote, and we found out that they like voted for like Kamala Harris. Oh, dude! Like one of these days, we're gonna find out that like this on this election that like Ivanka and her husband were like, dude, I'm so tired of this clown, and they're like they voted for Kamala.
It's so funny though because like her and Jared were at
They're ghost, gonzo. Haven't seen them at all.
at the convention, and they were there that one night, and they didn't look like they wanted to be.
No.
I mean, Trump put them through some shit towards the end of his presidency.
Yeah, dude.
Hey.
The camera would pan to them, and they're like,
yeah,
like they were like with those like masks, like the little what are those called when people wear those like where they can hold them up? I always forget what that's called.
They absolutely said that they will not be part of this room because
they're like a sports fan. They had like paper bags over there.
Well, the thing is though, is like everyone that goes near him gets indicted. You know what I mean? Like,
dude, you know what we should do? We should try to organize like 10,000 people to show up to like a Trump rally and then wear paper bags on our heads like sports fans.
Man, that'd be great.
Oh, that'd be hilarious, bro. I'm gonna try to do that.
You'd probably be killed. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Oh, that'd be comical, dude. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna wear a bag to a Trump rally, just like a plastic bag, 2 eye holes.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit that notification button on social media.
Unfiltered idiot.
Podcast. We love you guys. We're gonna do another video this Friday. Go ahead and share this. Ryan G, we love you. I'm gonna get some shit after I post this, but we love you. Hey, but if you guys have a difference of opinion, come on the show. Don't be a keyboard warriors.
Come catch us outside, homie. No, but for real, man, I have no problem talking with cats about it, but you better come correct. Like, come with policies and tell me like what the plan is. Don't come tell me some dumb shit.
Oh,
but yeah.
Guys, take care. We love y'all. Peace.